Kingdom Conversations this week deals with the NFC crossover games. The Chiefs' first of 2024 against the Atlanta Falcons. Some thought the NFC South would be the worst division, and maybe not. I mean, look at these teams, and how big was that win for them to drive 70 yards to beat Philadelphia Monday night?
Well, first of all, that's why the NFL is the best. We could talk about these things for months and months. We think this team or this division is going to be good. Maybe this team won't be good. Then everything changes just 2 weeks into the season. NFC South, save for maybe the Carolina Panthers, who are struggling right now. 3 teams in that division are playing some pretty good football, and Atlanta is one of them because of that win on Monday Night Football. Incredible, thrilling win for them. May have saved their season.
For the Falcons, though, it's Bijan Robinson. You'll remember him from his days at Texas. He has 48% of their advancements so far in 2024. That's catches and also runs. But no player in the league has more advances percentage-wise than Robinson for the Falcons. So a lot of pressure here on the Chiefs, linebackers and safeties.
He's the key to the entire game for the Chiefs, in my opinion, because look at what Robinson has done for this Atlanta team. He is the engine of their offense. He makes the entire thing go. He's averaging more than 5 yards per carry right now through 2 games. And last week against Philadelphia, he averaged nearly 7 yards per carry on 14 attempts. That included 4 runs of double-digit yardage. He was gashing the Eagles on a routine basis in that game. The Chiefs could not let him do that. The good news for Kansas City, they've been good against opposing running backs this year. They've held opposing running backs to an average of just 3.8 yards per carry. Need a similar performance here against Bijan Robinson.
These two teams, if you look at it statistically in the first 2 weeks of the year, are mirror images. Both teams have struggled on third down offensively, so to try to stay on the field will be big for both of these teams. But for the Chiefs offense to go against an Atlanta defense that has been as good as Kansas City has been in the red zone.
The red zone has been the key for this Atlanta defense. They've kept their offense in games over the last 2 weeks because of their red zone defense. They've held opponents to a 2-for-7 mark in terms of red zone efficiency. That was the main reason why, in my opinion, they were able to win that game against the Eagles, because Kirk Cousins doesn't have an opportunity to win that game if the Falcons defense wasn't as good as it was in the red zone throughout. And how about Jesse Bates? We know a lot about this guy. Saw him on the Bengals over the last several years. Made a great play on the goal line. Got to know where Jesse Bates is at safety at all times.
The other thing would be turnovers. The Chiefs and Falcons are both -2 in the giveaway takeaway after 2 weeks. Now, we mentioned red zone. Pittsburgh had 6 field goals and no touchdowns to beat the Falcons in week 1. For the Chiefs, though, they don't want to try to be -11 again and try to win a Super Bowl.
Well, think about the mistakes the Chiefs made against the Bengals. The Chiefs had 3 turnovers in that game. They're 1 for 8 on third down. They had a drive that went down to the Cincinnati 1-yard line that ended up with only 3 points. They had 2 major penalties in that game that erased major passing plays. I could go on, but they still found a way to win the football game. But it doesn't need to be that difficult. We can find some ways to be a bit more clean offensively, hopefully, here in this game, facing a hungry Falcons team and a defense that made some plays last week.
Last year, the Chiefs were 2-2 against the NFC after years of dominating these crossover games. In fact, it became one of the key elements in winning the AFC West in this span of winning 8 in a row. So the Chiefs will try to get back to that crossover dominance this week in the ATL.